If you're coming in, you're like, hey, she's on, and she's on at a weird time. Well, I'm on because I utilize what I have at my access. So today is the second day of school. It's supposed to be exciting, still exhilarating for all students, right? And my kids are no different. Still excited, still happy to go to school. Well, my daughter, who is on the spectrum, Anisha, she went with a nice shirt to school today. It says Black Girl Magic. Had a nice lady on it with some gold letters, a big fro, with very nice, beautiful, bright colors. Well, she came off the bus today and it was ripped. Not just a little rip, not just a small rip, but this huge gouge. So I called the school. I said, hey, what happened to her shirt? I don't know. I said, okay, well, does the teacher know? Teacher tells me, I don't know. I was on break. Said the aide said, well, perhaps that's the style that they're wearing. I said, but she didn't come in your class like that this morning, so you would have known if that was style. And if that be the case, would you not call me and say, hey, mother, is this the style that she wore? But you saw her this morning. You didn't call me at that time and say, hey, she forgot to tie her shirt. Why? Because her shirt didn't need to be tied. So somebody might wonder, well, maybe you're making too big of a deal of it because it's just a shirt. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm going to show you the shirt because I have two of them. So when they say it's the style, I can tell them that no, it's not because I bought my other daughter, my eldest daughter, the same shirt. Which I really had bought it for myself, but she liked it. And plus, it was too short for me, so I gave it to her. So I'm gonna show you what the shirt looks like, that the way it's supposed to look, and then I'll show you Anisha's shirt. So here's the shirt. Okay, it says Black Girl Magic. Notice all the colors. Okay, and it is intact. And in the back, okay, it's intact. There's no rips. There's no nothing. Okay, so there's definitely not a style to it. It's one blouse, no rip. See, no rip, no rip. Okay. Oh, that's my eldest daughter's. Now here is Anisha's shirt. Same shirt. However, her shirt got ripped. They said, oh, it's style. Well, this is a very unique rip. So I just wanted to share that. Now, does that look like a playground rip? Could be, but nobody has an idea of what happened. Nobody has a clue of what has happened to this shirt. Mind you, I have two. Didn't look like that. She didn't go to school like this, right? So there's a problem here. The shirt looked like this, and the shirt came back looking like that. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. So I'm feeling very angry. I'm feeling also very petty, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to take that feeling and I'm going to direct it. Because, of course, somebody will say, don't do this here on social media. Go to the school. Definitely, I'm going to go to the school because I called them. I'll be going to the school tomorrow to talk to them. And if they can't give me answers that satisfy me, where do you think I'm going to go next? To the school district, right? And if the school district can't help me, then I'll have to go to the school board, right? So all of these things I don't want to have to do, but since I have to advocate by myself, I have to advocate for my child. She is nonverbal. She can speak. Yes, she can. But she can't verbalize the way I would want her to in the way that she can, like others that says, you know what, hey, little Johnny over there slammed me down into the floor, got pissed off, and he ripped my shirt. She can't tell me. That's why I've always been leery as a special needs mother, putting my kids in any kind of daycare because stuff like this happens. And then everybody acts like, yeah, what happened? I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Do you know? Mm-mm. Nobody knows what happens. If she comes home with a bloody nose, I don't know. Maybe she punched herself in the face. Really? So you guys gonna tell me she sat somewhere while somebody was supposed to be watching her and she ripped her shirt apart, but nobody saw her do that? But she magically did it? Or I'm just trying to make sense. What is she doing? What are you guys doing at this school? So I'm saying this now and I wanted to get it out because sometimes when things are fresh on your mind, it's better than me coming back tomorrow and trying to talk about it because I won't be in the same spirit. I won't be as angry. I won't be as livid because I would have time to calm down. But I am not happy with my daughter. This is the second day. This isn't 5 weeks down the road. This isn't 2 months later into the school year. This is just the second day. She should be coming home with stuff like this. And then you guys, as the educators at the school, don't know what's going on. No, it should not be the case. I don't care what nobody says. My daughter should be coming like that. Her shirt looked like he was almost halfway ripped around. Like that thing could have been ripped off and she would come home with like a half midriff. Like what? Somebody did something. And if it ripped on the playground, nobody knows. Nobody sent a letter home. Nothing. I get tired of having to deal with this because I'm a special needs mother. We just have to just take these things. Well, your child is nonverbal, so she's probably the one that did it to herself. It's not cool. Hey, Cloud9, I don't like it. I don't know, and I'm not going to put out the race card. I really don't care about that. But her shirt said, hey, thank you. Her shirt said Black Girl Magic. For you guys want to look at it again, okay? That's what it says. It's a beautiful shirt. And for it to come home looking like this, don't tell me she sat there pulling it apart. And where were you guys? Where were you educators? Where are you at? You could have said, hey, I would be like, no, don't do that. Your mom's going to be very mad at you. This is a very nice shirt. Little girl, why are you tearing your shirt? But for none of you to know what happened to her shirt and then to tell me that's the style and think that I'm boo boo the fool, no, I'm not. Because my other daughter has the same shirt. And like I said, it's not ripped. So no, I will take the shirt to the school and be like, you guys must be tripping and think that I'm a fool. I said, I know what the shirt looks like. And no, it didn't have a rip. And no, that's not the style people are wearing. Does it look like an African style? What kind of African style is that? You guys are talking about all this crap. Exactly, Cloud9. But you guys don't want to intervene because number one, nobody knows what happened. Maybe you couldn't intervene because you don't know what happened because you weren't watching. She has an IEP. There's a behavior plan in there. She has an issue with the apparatus, climbing on top of it and doing all kind of things. Y'all know this at the school, right? And if she has that in the IEP, which is a federal document that can be taken to any school in the United States, because it's a federal document, then you guys are supposed to adhere to that and make sure that even outside that she's not doing nothing. Do you want to tell me, well, I only deal with the classroom? I don't care. I don't care. She has an IEP for the academic side. She has an IEP for outside with the apparatus because she has a behavior plan. That behavior plan should have been executed. And yes, I'm going to be all over this. I'll probably talk about it tonight because I'm getting out of me so I don't keep talking about it. And when I go to school tomorrow, I won't be cutting their heads off with my mouth because when I get angry, I am very loud and I'm very rude and I cut people off and I'll do it on purpose. I said I don't want to hear anything you got to say. Who wasn't watching her? You guys say she's outside playing on playground. You guys supposed to be watching all the kids. Are you watching her? Or you're not watching her? Yes or no? Nah? What happened to my child's shirt? And you don't care because you didn't have to buy it. So that's fine. You don't care. It's not your child. You could care less, but I care. And I don't want my daughter, if there's some kind of secret bullying going on, I like to know. Because, like I said, my daughter has nonverbal. She can speak, but she cannot verbalize the way that she needs to. So I have to be her mouthpiece, and I'm a very big mouthpiece. And you don't want to mess with my mouth, okay? You don't want to. And the last thing you want to do is have her grandmother, who is not always a nice person, decide to come up and mess with y'all too, because you won't like her either. No, get out, please. Or you could be on live in a minute. Please hold on a second while I talk to my son who knows I'm on live. No, you cannot. Would you like me to call your name out? Get out. I said no. Get out. I don't care. You're not getting on the laptop. So as I was saying, close the door, boy. See, this is what I'm talking about. I can't even talk to my son and relax because I'm unhappy with that. These are the children that go to these schools, and when something happens to them and they can't speak for themselves, something happens. I remember there was a young lady and she had an issue with the same school my daughter goes to, that her son would come home with his shoes so tight around his feet. They were just so tightly tied around his feet. She took him out of that school and moved him somewhere else. Because she said, why are his his shoes tied on his feet so tight. Maybe the aide was pissed off that he kept untying him or whatever, but he's also on the spectrum too. I understand there's some people that can't deal with children on the spectrum because they are a lot to handle. But if you can't do it, you probably shouldn't be in school just because it's a good place to get it checked. Maybe you should be doing something else. If you're not going to adhere to the children and you're not going to deal with them properly, maybe you should go find yourself a different career, a different field, a different industry. No, no. I said no, close the door. No. And we talked about that yesterday. No is a full sentence. Close the door, Devontae. So when I'm talking about this stuff, it just boils my blood very badly. You know, I yes, I pray. Yes, I use the word. Yes, I do my best not to cuss people out, and I want to, like a lot, like so bad. And I do my best to hold my tongue, hold my peace. But I'm not gonna hold my peace today. And I don't care who's watching. This is not okay. And so whoever I gotta write, I'll write. Whoever I gotta see, I'll see. I'll do that tomorrow. But today I'm gonna get it out of me as much as I can. I'm gonna get it up out of me so I could that's enough to make you great. Right. I don't have time, Cloud9. I don't have time. I don't want it. I'm not interested. I just don't want the madness. And y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it because you're gonna say, well, we as a school district, we attend to all the school problems and we make sure that students are properly educated and everybody's treated fairly. Stop giving me the rundown and just tell me what happened. And if there's certain teachers that should not be in a certain school, why do you guys still have them there? See, there are certain teachers that should have been removed a long time ago, and they're rude to the kids. They lie all the time with what the kids are saying. Like, well, I would never do that. Of course, you yelled at my daughter and you have her citing in the book of blackness or the book of doom. I don't care. Do you have that? Oh, no, I don't do that. Look, lady, my daughter ain't got no reason to make up that kind of crap. You probably shouldn't be teaching either. You should probably go teach somewhere else. There are these things that happen, and sometimes we want to look away and act like we don't see what's going on, and like, I'll look at it, just not say anything. That doesn't take the problem away, and it doesn't stop somebody from talking. And years later, things will come up because you didn't deal with it then. And so there are different kinds of instances and incidents that happened years and years ago. Don't think the comeuppance is not going to come around. God always says in the Word, if we want to take it Bible, vengeance is mine. I will repay. Thus says the Lord. I'm not going to go take vengeance, but I am going to get it off my chest and I'm going to express it. And then I'm going to go pray, but I'm going to express myself. I'm not going to be the one that sits and prays and then says, well, I pray that it all works out. Prayer is good and use it as you should. But then you got to be proactive and take some action. I'm not going to be the one that sit back because I have a bubbly spirit of anger and things that don't sit well with me. I have to do something and I will take action. And this is going to be something I took action. When she came off the bus, I didn't wait till later to go write an email and then ask. I called them up and said, what happened to her shirt? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Of course you don't. She just came off this bus right now, right here, right now. Where's the teacher? Well, I don't know. We'll find her because she need to answer what happened. I was on my break. Okay. Well, does somebody else see? Well, they said it could have been like a style. Now, something don't sound right about that. What kind of style is that? It's a very ugly style, and nobody's wearing a style like that. I understand the ripped jeans and stuff, but this is not that, right? I understand the different kinds of shredded and different kinds of things, but this is not that style. This is not the style. And for my daughter, when something's not right, she makes these noises. She makes these noises where she's trying to express to me what happened, try to tell me who did it, but she can't tell me who did it. She can't tell me this little boy or this little girl got mad and ripped her shirt because they thought it was a very ugly shirt because they didn't like it, even though it's a very pretty shirt. They didn't like her shirt. It's too loud. It's too ethnic. Let's rip it off so she doesn't have it to wear again. I said, well, I'll go find that shirt and go buy it again. And might have to buy a whole bunch of them so you guys stop ripping them because that's not okay. The shirt's a beautiful shirt. It's very loud colors. It just is what it is. And it shouldn't be ripped. People should go to be able to go to school and come back whole. And that means their clothes, their mind, and everything when they go to school, not come back damaged and looking like they was in some kind of crazy fight. I'm angry about that. I'm not happy about that. And I always feel I always have to go by myself, but I know I'm not alone because the God goes before me, right? The Lord of all goes before me. But once again, I used to be that one that would be quiet and wouldn't say anything and just be passively just waiting for things to just unfold. That that Tanika of old has died. She's dead. Dead, dead, dead. And this one that's here now, different. And I could tell from myself, I could tell by what I do. This may not make it anywhere, and it doesn't have to go viral at all. But I am saying it's not okay. Yes, God's presence helps make it happen. Absolutely, cloud nine. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to be in that space of being quiet. See, I did that. I did that before for a long time, many decades. I was quiet, praying in silence, praying, Lord, make it all right. And He did, but I never spoke up for myself ever. But I'm not going to allow that for my kids to be the case. They can't speak up for them, so I'll speak up for them for themselves. I will speak up for them. I will. I will be their voice piece. I will be their mouthpiece. And if I have to do it alone, then so be it. I guess I have to be the first one to take the first blow to the face. And I'll do that. I'll do it for my kids because nobody else, nobody else is trying to help, and nobody else will. Hallelujah. So when I look at all these different things going around, and I didn't know this was an infinity bracelet I was wearing today. I'm gonna show you because I didn't even know it was. I'm gonna try to show you guys really good up close. This is an infinity bracelet, and it's the new symbol for autism. They used to have the puzzles, but this is the new symbol. And I was wearing it today. You would take a blow to the face for them. Yes, I would. I would because I'm the only one that will. They don't have anybody else who's gonna stand up for them. Who else is gonna do it? Who else is gonna do it? I got an 8-year-old that can't really fend for herself. So I'm just supposed to let somebody mess her out, mama. I'm supposed to let somebody else mess with her. Why sit there and do nothing? Oh well, honey. You're just gonna have to suck it up, buttercup, and just take it. No, no, no. As a parent, that's what you're supposed to do. Parents that care about their kids. Other parents that don't, like, oh well, that's too bad. So sad. Just deal with it. That's not me. My kids need my help, and I'm here to help them to the best of my ability. The Lord has entrusted them into my care, so I'm going to make sure I do the best that I can to get them to adulthood and that they can be successful, really amazing, loving the Lord kind of people, and that when they're in their adult life, they can make really solid decisions. They might make some mistakes. I'm not going to say they're going to be perfect, but at least it will have the foundation that they're not going to sit back idly by and be quiet and not say anything anymore when things go happen to them or things happen and then they just, well, I guess I'll just, no, they got to speak up too. My son has called me on my stuff too for when I wasn't so kind to him, to mom, when you were really mean to me. Now, and I was. There was a time I was, right? In a different space. I wasn't I wasn't very kind. I was very mean. Very, right? I had to go through a lot of stuff. I had to go through a lot of counseling. I had to get stuff. And some of us don't want to go get counseling because we think that's taboo. Go get counseling to get that stuff up and out. Let somebody else hear it. Let them hear it and let them hear where you're coming from, why you have that chip on your shoulder, who did what to you. Let it out because keeping it in is damaging you and it's damaging your loved ones around you. So when we talk about mental health, it's serious and people need to understand that it's not taboo. We all have something going on in our mind and it's not bad. Some of us have so much, you got so much on your mind, you need to go somewhere and just talk about it. Man, I got these bills, I got these kids, I got this crazy husband, this crazy wife, I got this, the boss wants this from me, I got to do this in the community, I got to do this. Like, who wouldn't have so much on their head, in their mind, that they have to do? You really believe it needs to come out? Yes, I do. I do. Because I was one of those people that thought for a long time holding it in was the way to do it. But I turned bitter and nasty. I'd snap on anybody in a minute. I turned into something that you would not like to be around. I wasn't this calm. I was very, very angry, very, very angry. I snapped on everybody. I snapped real good. Somebody say hi, I would just go off on them and start talking about my situation. I'd go off on them some more. I just kept going off on people, telling them where to go. And I didn't even care. I wouldn't even apologize. Why? Because I was angry and bitter inside, festering with hatred. I hated a lot of people. I wanted to get a lot of people. I had a lot of revenge in my heart. I wanted to get people back. I wanted to get them. You understand? I wanted to repay them what they did to me. I did. I wanted to go after some folk. And I said, if I could have got some things, man, at that time, it probably would have been good. But see, I had to be mindful and I had to study myself and I had to go to take those classes and I had to learn how to articulate what is wrong with me in a safe, in a good way, instead of just going off, popping off at the mouth and just saying all kinds of mean, wicked things. Like, wow, that's kind of ugly what you're saying. You mean that? No, just cuss people out and hang up on people in the face, just like whatever. And I can say that because I know the changes that have happened for me. That's big, really celebrate. Right. It's a big change. Somebody wouldn't know from talking to me now, right? You wouldn't know that. But I wasn't always this way. Trust and believe I was not always this way. I walk around angry, walk around mean. You can say hi to me. You might get a hey, but I don't want to talk to you. Like, what are you talking to me for? Shut up. Wow. Good morning. Okay. You're not gonna say it back. Why? Like a whole attitude over nothing. Just having an attitude, just going off. I'm telling you, I would do it. Like, okay, all right, calm down. No, don't tell me to calm down. Like, first of all, stop talking to me, and then you won't have to tell me to calm down. How about that? Have the whole neck and the whole attitude. Just woo. I wasn't nothing nice. But once again, like I said, for my daughter, I'll do. That's really big, such a positive decision. Right. Well, you got to make positive changes. So this is what I'm doing for my daughter. I want people to know that are special needs parents, and you may not feel like you have someone in your corner because you have to do everything alone, especially if you're a single uh, mother or a single father of special needs kids. And I know it can be tough and I know it can be really rough and you just feel like you're just fighting alone. Know that God's there with you. You know, some people take advantage because they say, you know what, the parent's not here, the parents got to go to work. So we'll just, do what we do with the kids. I didn't find out for me, for my kids, when I was going to work because I was so adamant I need to go to work I wanted to feel like I was important. So I got hired for the government working for the state of Arizona. And when my kids were in a daycare, they were hurting her, and I had no idea. But during that time, my kids didn't feel safe enough to tell me. So if she was getting slammed into the wall, would I know? No. And were my kids safe enough to tell me? No. Because I was in a domestically violent situation. My escape was my job. My kids, I dropped them off at daycare. So they didn't really have anywhere nice because those people were being mean to them. So they couldn't come back and tell me because they were living in a volatile situation. They just didn't have nowhere to turn to. Think of that. Kids trapped in a situation. Well, I can't tell the daycare people because they're not nice and they're slamming my sister into the wall. And then I go home. My mom and dad are in it. My mom, she's always going to work. And I stay here with my dad. He's mean. We don't really have no conversation. Like, where do you turn as a child? Where do you go? You don't go anywhere. But somebody in the situation has to make the change. And it had to be me. I had to look at myself introspectively and like, you know what? I have got to get out of this thing. The Lord showed me how. I said, this This can't keep going on for me. For a minute, there were inklings that I said, well, maybe it's just it'll change. Maybe. I had those thoughts, knowing it wouldn't. Just draw straight right, draw straight from the Lord. Just just remembering what I've gone through with my kids. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I look out for them to the best of my ability. I might not always be perfect, but what's not going to happen is my daughter come home looking like something she didn't wasn't supposed to go to school looking like, and then nobody knows what happened mysteriously, and she been with y'all all day. Somebody should know something. You can't give me your child as babysit, and then you come back and your child sitting in a dirty diaper. Well, what were you doing all day? Well, I don't know. I don't even know what happened. What am I paying you for? And what are you doing? I don't know how they got all that peanut butter on their face. I don't know. I have no idea. You see, it was just like I was watching that movie with my kids because we had a time when we were watching some old school movies, some movies I grew up on. I'm still pissed off by you, by the way. Okay. However, we were watching Beethoven, so you know the old school Beethoven, and the part where the babysitter is supposed to be watching all the kids. Well, the littlest one is out trying to get a ball out of the pool. It fell into the pool. She falls into the pool. The two eldest ones are in there with the babysitter. Babysitter playing and playing on the piano. Well, Beethoven spots the little girl in the water. Beethoven comes and saves the little girl and helps her get out of the water. Well, the two oldest ones are just check. Oh my gosh! And they see the little sister was outside the pool, and she's standing on the side, and she goes out there, and the babysitter. Oh my gosh! What are you doing in the pool? Get out of there! Like she was doing her job. And the eldest one says, "I'd like to call my mother, please." Your mother? Immediately. And so when the mom comes, guess what the mom says? Well, I don't know what she was doing. She was in the pool. You know what? What I think these kids need is some good discipline. She's like, where were you when this happened? Well, I was doing what I was supposed to do. Watch the other two. She's like, you know what? You're fired. Fired what? The mom didn't care about that. You were to watch all three, not just the two. How the other one end up in the pool? Were you supervising? No. Same thing with school. Were you supervising? Were you watching? How do you not know what happened? That's baffling to me. And it should not be baffling because you guys have more than enough eyes, hands, and aids. So, regardless of that, somebody saw something. Somebody just doesn't want to say anything. And that's cool. But I'll be making my appearance because I'm not one of those parents that just stays at home. I'm at that school on a regular basis. I'm at the school very often. So, I will be going up there tomorrow. What's God's role in this? What do you mean, Cloud Nine? So I will be doing what I have to do and go talk. And I'm just hoping that if you guys come into a situation like that too, you stand up for your kids because they need us so much. They really do. And we got to have strength from the Lord to do what we do as parents and ask for his guidance and leading. And I'll be praying about it tonight as I continue to do what I got to do. I didn't even do my podcast today because I was running around doing other things I might do it later on tonight before I get on. But I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it tonight and until I get it out because I'm one of those people until I get the situation out of my spirit, I talk about it a long time. If it has not been resolved the way I want, then I talk about it. I'll be that person that just talks something down until we finish and we come to a resolution. I'm talking about it because we haven't resolved anything. It's still the same thing. We're still talking about the same whole thing, right? So, yeah, I'm going to make sure I do that. So, some people don't care and they don't have to. I just know that I want to share that today and it was bothering me. And I've already taken many years to be quiet. So, I'm done with that life of being quiet. I've done that for a long time. I don't want to do that anymore. and I'm going to keep it moving, keep it pushing. And I hope that you guys are going to have an amazing day. You guys know what's going to go on tonight. I'll be back on here late night, like I always am, between 11:30, 11:35. I'm coming on at 11:35. Sometimes I'm a little bit late, but I try to get on at 11:35 so that I can have a message, we can have prayer and announcements like we always do. So remember, if you want to start your podcast, myself and Dr. Sutton are teaching that as well. So if you want to know more, like contact me. You can also DM me or you can email me at ggthw number 18 at gmail.com. We only have 4 sessions and we take you from start to finish for your podcast. So I just wanted to share that too, because some people want to know how to do that. But we weren't really here to talk about my amazing 4 session course. We're here to talk about how I'm so pissed off, but I just want to throw that in there too. So I said I want to keep it rated G, not even PG, just rated G, because I could be saying some choice words, but that wouldn't make me a nice person. But I am not happy. Yes, 11:35 Pacific time, PST, West Coast. So I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys can have a great day. I'll be back later tonight. So just keep standing up for your kids. And I hope you guys can have another great day on tomorrow, because tomorrow is the third day of school. I don't know why we're counting the days, but I'm hoping that the rest of this week we don't have any more weird issues, because I don't like them being so early in the school year. It's only 2 days in. Like, come talk to me like at least 3 months in, like 3 months, but second day should be having no problems just yet, besides getting into school. Whew. Oh my gosh. So, oh, well, anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I am done, done, done. So I hope you guys will come back and catch me later. And don't forget morning combos, Monday morning combos with Dr. Sutton and myself. You guys will be talking more about more 11. Okay, so if you liked 11.1 and 11.2 and 11.3, we'll be doing 11 for the rest of the month. So come back and find out more about how to get and eliminate the 11 out of your life. Okay, and you can find Dr. Sutton on all his different platforms. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed that, and I'm still looking for people who want to help. Okay. And I'm going to do a caveat little thing. I'm going to do a little sidebar. For those of you that are interested in the Soul Cow Podcast Explosion and participating, if you want to participate, for real, serious people, then please email me at ggthw number 18 at gmail. That means you want to participate financially, you want to participate as a speaker, you want to participate in the planning and the tech. If you don't want to do none of that, then please tell me what you would like to participate in so we can put you in that lane. If you just want to market and you want to do that because that's what you could do, okay. But please don't say you want to participate if you don't want to do anything. Like you just don't want to do nothing. You don't even want to speak. You don't want to do nothing. You don't even want to volunteer at the event. Just let me know, please. And if you want to, I'm hoping you mean that seriously, because I've been having so many people that say, I want to be part of your TV opportunity and I've got the money. And then they're like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like serious inquiries only. That's what you put on Craigslist ad. Serious inquiries only. If you know what you're about and you can support and you will help with the planning and the facilitation of everything, beautiful, then help. If not, please don't. Just don't. Just don't. I don't know how I can stress that. Just don't bother me with it, because I know I'm a pleasant person and I try to treat everyone with kindness, but I just don't really want to have the time to mess around with people that just don't want to, because we really have a mission, a goal. Myself and Dr. Sutton, we really have a goal, and this is really for the nonprofit, okay? And it has its 501c3, and I need some real people, not people that say, well, I kind of want to help, and I kind of sort of want to. No, no, no. If you want to kind of sort of want to stay over there, because I don't have time for that. Hashtag not interested. It's just like, what? Okay. So I need real folks. So real folks, hashtag me, by Dr. Sutton. Also Jeremy's around here, because we got to put some stuff together. If we are going to do this by November 11th to 13th, If not, it will be pushed to next year. And I have no problems with that because I'm not about to go and stress out about this event and any of this stuff when people just flake out. I don't like flakes. Just like, oh my gosh, I get surrounded by them. I was like, do I have a flake radar? Come and be fake to me. Like, what? Go away. So, anyway, with all that being said, if there's anything else that you guys want to know about the podcast club and all of that, I really, people will come if we have the right people for sure. Okay, so I'm not sure who really wants to show up, but like I said, it's tentative because we need to know who's going to actually be the planners on this and the investors in this and all of that good stuff. So people came last time in 2019, so it is going to happen. I just want to make sure I have everything in order before I keep saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this and do that." No, no, no. We're just going to wait till God's timing is always right. So if you want to participate, you can let me know because if you don't participate this year, we'll just have you for next year. Okay. So I am gonna get out of here. You guys can catch me back 11:35 PST, and I will share more about the different announcements about the different podcast clubs that are coming up. And I'm looking for some co-hosts, some moderators, because I got some kind of some special events coming up for me to do speaking engagements. So I need somebody to run some of these rooms with Dr. Sutton and some of the other moderators that we have. So if you want that chance to speak, and this would be a great time to practice your speaking skills and honing your moderating skills if you want to be on Clubhouse. And I'll mod you up and just make sure that you close out the room with everybody else. And that's it. So I'm looking for some moderators for the parent support group if you want to do that. And I'm looking for some moderators for the Podcast Connections group. So I might need 2 more for Podcast Connect Network. So there's 3 clubs already up, and I'm going to make 1 more. I haven't decided which one that's going to be yet because I'm kind of bouncing between different type of ideas. But if you want to do that, I'm looking for you. And if you're a speaker, you definitely want to be speaking because what? Speakers speak. So you need to be speaking on Clubhouse until your next speaking engagement comes and keep your craft, getting it honed and getting it tightened up and getting really sharp and getting it ready to go. So I'm going to get out of here. There's nothing more to say. And once again, I hope you guys are going to have a great day and know the shirt for those who thought, I don't know if everybody saw, but for the shirt that I was showing you, it was not a style. It was truly a rip and nobody knows what happened, which is fine. For now, until tomorrow, I'm going to be in the face with my mask, my little fancy mask. But I'll show you once again so you can see, okay? I'll show you the right shirt and then the other shirt before I close out. So this is it. It says Black Girl Magic, okay? Very nice shirt, very nice colors. And down at the bottom, no style. It's fully intact, okay? This is my eldest. I bought 2 of them. Same shirt, okay? Same shirt, Black Girl Magic. And then Anisha shirt came home like this. And it supposedly was a style. And then they said maybe Anisha did it herself. Well, somebody's going to have to explain how this happened because this is not right. So anyway, somebody did the bad thing and not watching the kitty. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys remember to be blessed, motivated, always inspired to do what God lays on your heart. And I'm about to bounce up out of here. So you guys have a great day. And I will talk to you guys later on tonight. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening to my rant and my anger in a very nice, calm way. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.